Hello, I'm FGX Toy Cat. YouTube stream's been starting really weirdly. There's been like 3 seconds of me just staring at a camera recently. It's been a whole weird thing, but today we're in the end, and this isn't the end of a stream, it's the start of one, because what are we doing today? We're mining the end for a little bit. Why are we mining the end? I mean, honestly at this point, like, if these are your questions, then I guess that's a good thing. Like, yeah, it's a pretty basic question to ask, but you should just realize, like, okay, we do things in Minecraft and they have results. That's kind of how it goes, right? That's kind of how it goes. Hello, Mr. Cat. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday evening, because today we're going to be playing Minecraft. We're going to chill. It's going to be real great. I'm looking forward to this one a lot, actually. It's going to be kind of short. It's going to be kind of sweet. We're just going to be mining some endstone, because I've got some pickaxes. I've got some shulker boxes. Let's combine those things together and let's make this work. Are you breaking the glass too? Says Good to Go. I'm not breaking the glass, but I think even though we just repaired it again, I think we might be breaking the end glass another time for reasons that I don't want to get into right now. But let's just say it's going to break my heart, okay? Oh, oh, we haven't been... Have I been staring... Has that been just the portal for the last... Am I crazy? Or is that the same? Did it just break? Huh. Chat, are you looking at a picture right now? Am I crazy? Oh, I'm in the end right now. I was about to mine some... You know... Thank you so much, by the way, RTP videos saying Toycat Stalin. This is the worst start to a stream ever. See, this is why I'm late usually. You know, stuff like this, how does it even happen? What even? This is my first Toycat Tax. You have cool videos. Thank you, friendo. It's the portal. So yeah, you just stare at an end portal for a bit. I don't know how this happened, honestly. Give me a second. I have to like unplug some HDMI cables. Oops, that did not sound good. One sec. I'm gonna get this fixed. Hello, internet. I'm still here. I'm having so many tech issues recently.
How is it going?
Hey, Commander Y. How's it going, my man? My super chat was a nod to Assassin Farsian. That's my favorite thing when people say that. Just started streaming Twitch, anything something girl. Don't want to shout without permission, so I won't leave channel name. I honestly, like, streaming is such, like, I don't know the actual solution to good streaming or not streaming. Crazy, we're actually in the same project. I'm just mining my end just because. Hey, Queen Jora, we have something in common. Okay, I don't know. I'm so I thought we were... This is the worst start to a stream. Ugh. This stuff, like, genuinely, like, stresses me beyond belief, by the way. But we're gonna do. We're gonna turn it off, and we're gonna turn it on again. And we're gonna pretend that this didn't just happen to me. Because, dear God. What even... What? So yeah, thank you for streaming. Got really bored before you started. This is my first one. This is gonna be a good stream, I hope. I'm not gonna hype it up, but we're gonna fix it. Okay, one sec. Okay, hello, I'm FGX Toy Cat, and welcome back. It's another live stream on the internet. What happened for the last 4 minutes? I don't know. I think there was a gas leak. Don't know about that. By the way, I don't want it to be like a stressful thing either, but like, as a cool streamer, I like your channels. Thank you, Jake McPherson. There is this funny thing of like, you have a certain amount of time. Don't stress it, be nice, okay, just hear you talk, says Scarlet Megurine. Thank you, I appreciate all the like, the nice bit. It actually like, it makes things a bit calmer. But the truth is like, when streams don't work, you have immediate feedback about how many people don't like that and are leaving. And it's like, oh yeah, this is not a good thing to see as a YouTuber. Thank you, Cat Gale. Good evening to yourself. I hope you're doing wonderfully this evening. And if you're not doing wonderfully this evening, you know, it should get better. You got like a few hours left in your day, right? So I hope things get better over there. BW, one moment, please. Yeah, I actually got a new capture card recently, but I haven't installed it yet. And the fact that, man, my old one's breaking. Do you ever feel like there's just something happening because of fate and you're like, I guess we'll go with it. Thank you, A-Dubs. A-Dubs? You know what, chat, how do you think you say that? Chat, type out phonetically how you would spell a doobs. He's Germany bull. So things get even more confusing, honestly. Hey, we are... No, almost there. Minecraft is like giving me some issues itself today, it seems. So Cat, your shirt looks disco. I'm surprised my shirt doesn't turn into the green screen, honestly. Seems like the stream just started. Okay. We're just gonna pretend we're not live right now. That's my solution. Also, love your videos, to Cat Stalin. I am Stalin now, thank you. Also, I love your videos. Keeping yourself safe while this is going on, says Cutest Cat Gaming. Yeah, I was thinking of like starting like today, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try like to just stay inside for as long as I can, like let's call it like 2 weeks. Just to see how that goes, you know. Also, thank you Amanda Ree for the £10. It means a lot. I hope you're doing great. You cat in a party hat. You cat in a party hat. Okay, here we are. Hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and welcome back to a live stream on the internet. What are we doing today? We're in the end, because we turned the bend, and now I'm here to send a message out to everyone that this is going to be... There aren't many words that end in end. Actually, there's a lot of them, like pre-bend. Is pre-bend even a word, actually? You know, I've made 2 Endermen angry, and I haven't done a single thing this live stream yet. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be one of those streams. One of those. You know the type. You know the type. So we're gonna kill some Endermen first, I guess. No one's angry with me? Okay, I'm not angry with them. Perfect. How much money do you make per stream, says Eugene ATS. A lot of people, like, honestly, like, measuring it per stream doesn't give you any useful metrics because of how wildly variable it is. It'd be like if you show up to work and the amount you get paid an hour is like $10 to like $65 an hour, and someone asks how much do you make an hour. You can just tell them whatever. You can tell them so many numbers and it's technically true, but it doesn't become more true. Also, thanks so much, IETs and Dark Ops Gaming for becoming channel members. Welcome to the exclusive member club. Been appreciating a lot of people doing that. Yeah, for some reason this shoulder is going invisible. I'm like half Thanos here for some reason. It's very weird. Okay, let's break some blocks now.
Cat, how is it going? It seems I have forgotten the last 5 or so minutes.
What has happened? Oh my... Okay, friends. I don't know what's happened here, but it's broken again. I don't know. Magma cubes have been so annoying lately. I'm sorry about that. Also, it seems you've forgotten 5 or so minutes. Okay, you know, we've broken again. I love this. This is all I want in the world. How about we just do just the stream breaks for a while? So yeah, we're just staring at a blank screen for some reason.
Oof, Toy Cat.
Yeah, so for some reason, I'm not sure what it is, but there is clearly something going wrong with the thing here. Okay, we'll switch to that. And we'll switch. Okay. Does nothing. Toy Cat fixes tech issues. The live stream. Okay, so this should be better. Can you hear audio from the game? Let's see if you can. Also, thank you so much, Ian Bulls, and first 70 Toy Cat tax party, Susan Tax, says Ruben Van Straten. The beautiful thing about the world is you're always paying tax to someone. And there are some people who really enjoy that fact. Clay Beat, thank you for the 99 cents. I hope you are having a great day. You know what, Clay Beat? More like, hey, seat. That's what you need to take. Toy Cat, I promised you to Stalin. Also, how'd you get the name IBX Toy Cat on the internet? So here's the deal, Mr. RTP. I used to really like bees, and it was like, I used to, so it's like IBX.
No big deal, you'll watch either way, lol.
So yeah, the only thing I can theorize is I got a new graphics card recently. And the way this renders is based on all graphics card. Like, my graphics card takes the footage and is rendering it frame by frame. And clearly it's like, there's some new, like, there's either some driver issues between the two, or there's like some... No way, why is everything breaking one after another?
I've been watching your videos for a few weeks and they have helped me so much on Bedrock. Love your content so much. My first Toy Cat tax and first stream I've caught live. Wish you well and thank you so much for videos.
Thank you so much, Tara Wise. I'm glad that the videos help you out. Again, I know there's a lot of people struggle with finding Bedrock stuff that's good for them. I hope all is well now. It may be me, but you sound like a robot. Yeah, I generally am like starting to struggle. Why is, like, my videos have been going fine. I'm using the same software for that, and everything is just breaking on repeat. And like that's the thing I can deal with least. Like when there's a problem with me, you know, you can fix a problem with you. It takes some time. It takes some doing. But when there's a tech problem, you have a limited number of like solutions, you know. And when it's happening during like a high intensity situation, it's like I don't even know. Also, I guess you could say this is the end of your capture card. Also, BW, every time my internet buffers, I'll donate. Yeah, apparently, like, the internet's in, like, super high demand these days. It's funny, because, like, of all the things, like, that should be, like, short in supply, you'd think the internet wouldn't be on there. But because bandwidth is something that's very limited, it's kind of funny that's a thing. Thank you, Soul Dolhausen. Oh, it froze. Why? What is wrong? Like, something has gone seriously, seriously wrong. And I don't know where or what or why. Let me try and work this one out. No, there's... I don't know, friends. Buffering? Auto detect? What is that? Yeah, I am lost on this one, friends. It is randomly pausing. Like my capture card is just not enjoying what's happening right now. What I could do, actually, chat. Here's what I want to do. Also, took out and broken your style, and thank you, RTP. I saw the numbers shrink, and you're like, you know, I need to get this message across. I'm running out of Australian dollars, but you need to know. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, internet. We're gonna install a new capture card right now. No efficiency, should be mining through those blocks like butter. I could also get a giant level 2 beacon. I felt like I had one in the end anyway, actually. Didn't you say this was a project not worth doing? To be fair, I'm mining the outer end islands, not the inner end island. Maybe I just want the end stone, okay? It makes end bricks, which are really pretty. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It's all good. It's like, this is a me problem. That's why it sucks. See, I've got a new capture card anyway, so my plan is like, let's just like make this work right here. So I'm gonna stare at this torch. We stare at the torch because you can see if the capture card's working if you see those flames every now and then. And you can tell when it's not working because you won't see flames. So I'm gonna be extra careful to look like, actually we'll look like down. There we go. When you see flames, you know capture card's working. When you don't, you know it's frozen. Step 1 complete. Step 2, I'm gonna see if my new capture card works. I haven't installed any drivers, so it's a pretty low shot of this working. But I guess we'll give it a whirl. Okay, thank you, Elena, for becoming a channel member. Definitely not dealing with my PC. Okay. So I'm gonna unplug this. Okay, it doesn't fit. Like my PC setup is just, okay, here we go. Okay, no, my cable is just not long enough to fit in. Okay, I'm gonna switch cable. Okay, I don't see anything right. Oh, okay, I see the torch and I see my chair. Is the torch working? Has the torch stopped? Okay, it's frozen. See, that's weird. Capture card install stream. No, it makes sense that it's frozen, actually. Okay, so now I put a... Okay. Oh, this... I don't think this card is properly installed. Because it's shaking way too much. Thank you so much, Ruben von Straten. Also, pretty torch. Okay, look, now what should happen is we can switch to this. Okay, are we going to get gameplay in the background? That's the question. It is plugged in. But all I'm seeing right now is a static torch. So now we do some configuration. Yeah, okay, this is capture. Yeah, it's very weird actually. It seems to like vaguely, it knows something's going into it, but it's just showing a torch. Huh. Here's money to the longer cable fund. I had to like find a new cable under my desk. Definitely. I'm very lucky in that I have so many cables lying around. Like I'm like a hoarder. And this is like the situation where it comes in handy. So it's still not doing anything right. Wait, chat. Did the torch flicker again? Oh. Wait. Is it flicker? Oh, it's flickering for real. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if I can play off my live stream. Okay, I can play off my live stream, but it's really rough. Like, there's about a frame of delay, maybe 17 milliseconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're used to precise, it's very weird. So yeah, we'll play with, actually, I think in theory it's meant to be the same. It's definitely, so I'm watching myself now. So what I'm looking at is effectively a mirror. So this will be a fun little stream. And we're gonna mine through this end. It's gonna be real great. So, oh, I need to get chat going actually. Wait, so we'll move over here. Hey, thank you, Jack Davies. See, I can see it. It's on top of my screen now. I can just look up, be like, hey, Jack Davies. This is probably better for me to stream from anyway. Okay, so all I need to know now is, can you hear game sound correctly, chat? Can you hear like Enderman noises, whatever else? What's your plan for when for the future when this is over? Says Cutest Cat Gaming. Cutest Cat Gaming. By the way, cute name. Definitely just like to travel somewhere. Like I've had. You're the best YouTuber. Love your channel. Do you think of the parody changes to Minecraft Bedrock? I'm stoked to have mob farms working. So I think it's pretty cool that they fixed spawning, but it sucks that I like made a farm on the old system. But I also think like, you know, this might be like the opportunity to be like, you know, I'm not a farm person, but clearly now's the time. Or maybe I shouldn't be like that. I'm still not quite necessarily sold. But I'm definitely going to be working on it. It's freezing a lot. The sound's making a noise thing. Didn't the guy who has an obsidian base do this also? That's a cool idea. Why are you mining a grid, says Tyler S. You gotta come up with ways to entertain yourself when you're mining endstone blocks repeatedly. Don't lie, you're not the real toy cat.
Don't lie, you're not the real toy cat. This is RTX toy cat, isn't it, huh?
I mean, okay, so now what you're watching, it theoretically does make a difference. But what you're seeing in the background is actually 4K toy cat. Like, got an Elgato 4K FPS 60 Pro, says Popular Star. I actually tried to buy one of those, but you physically can't buy them right now. So I got, like, the old one that goes internally. I definitely will get another one, though. RTPB going broke. But yeah, as soon as this is over, my first instinct is going to be to get me a, my first instinct will be go get a, like, some form of, just, like, do some travel, because I've said this before, like, the number one expense in my life is traveling, like, that is to say, like, there aren't many other hugely expensive things that I enjoy. So it's like, oh, and now I can't spend money. And I'm getting refunded for the travel that I previously booked. So basically, I'm, like, making money on my travel expenses for the next 2 months. And then I'll use that to go somewhere in, like, June or July or whatever like that. I didn't ask my second super chat saying the same thing. I'm so sorry. You know, RTP, are you Stalin, Putin, or random Russian? Not. Okay, well, that's kind of explained. Also, Pigstep is the perfect theme song for walking up and down the swaggy stairs in Minecraft. I'm on call tonight, so I get to watch the stream. Hope you're doing well. I am doing my best, Alcazar. Also, we're going to try and... I don't know why, it's kind of funny, like, I'm literally staring at the messages now, and I sometimes miss chats. I wonder what that is. That's got to be, like, an attention-based thing, right? Like, I literally can't. You know what, we're going to go find a beacon, actually. Okay, so I think I have one set up in my end already. Oh, minus the beacon. Do we have to go find a beacon in the overworld? Is that even worth doing, chat? Is that even worth doing? I question you. June feeling hopeful. Oh, that's the funny thing, right? Like, because everyone... Okay, so there is like beacon bits over here. But given that I need this later to mine some more obsidian. Or actually, do I? You could argue whether I do or not. We definitely don't need it here, though. Let's move these blocks somewhere else. Yeah, basically, also someone says, why aren't you using RTX? It might be a good idea to do the stream using RTX, but you can't currently play. You know, I could play, but my world is on Xbox right now. Also, there's still a big gap in glass here. Do I know about this? Is this... I'm confused. Whatever. I'll deal with this later. My super chat didn't come up. Rip. Also, hi, Abdoobs. You know, we theorized about your name earlier. I still don't know if we have a definitive answer, but I'm glad you're here. For the pain and suffering, you've enjoyed this stream. Yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know how to get back to the world where, like, streaming's, like, easy fun and there's no expectations. But there is definitely this thing where, like, expectations, when people, like, expect, like, super high things from you, it, like, kills your ability to actually live up to those expectations sometimes. Also, you inspire me to speedrun. My personal record is 52 minutes. Congratulations, Jack of all trades. I'm sad to hear that you're a master of none. Yeah, also, by the way, if you use Efficiency 5, just so you know, it's not actually that much faster. I think you can use Efficiency 5 and Thingy 2 to be like that. But everyone who's like, you know, if you had a beacon, it'd be so much faster. It's actually, like, only marginally faster. So, okay. Hello, I'm IBX Toycat. I'm going to leave, like, a comment down below telling anyone who watches this back. Because a few people enjoy these streams as podcasts. And so far, this has been an awful podcast, right? It's just been Toycat sets up a brand new capture card on the spot because there's been an issue. But we're going to have some fun today. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk. It's going to be nice. What are we going to talk about, you say? That's the cool thing about live streams. The people talking live decide. Or actually, no, you don't decide. It's all on me. Because here's the deal. I'm gonna have some chill moments. Also, I feel like I'm getting a lot of messages, and I've got a video going live just after this, and I wanna check in that it's all good. Maybe I'm gonna watch the 1 million block walk back, says Ruben von Stratton. I think I hope I didn't get this as the wrong person, but I think I did hear someone say recently like oh yeah, I watched those back a couple of times. Maybe it was in a previous stream, but I was like, whoa, that's like mind-blowing. Why does Endstone look like cheese though? You know, you ever consider that the end is made of cheese? You ever consider that? You ever just think about it for a little bit? So anyway, hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and we're here in the end. Is everyone having a good time in the end? You ever think about like the end dimension in Minecraft is like there's like meant to be this weird parallel of like heaven and hell. Some people make it out to be like the moon, like because if you think about the Nether is below ground, whereas therefore the end is above it, right? Is the logical parallel. Twas that Alcazar, says G-Bay. I think it was, right? Another way to think about it is time, right? And the end is like the end of dimensions. This is actually like my theory of like text stream's gonna be on the next stream, bingo. My theory of like my current theory of the end is that like it's based on time. Like, oh yeah, never is the past, end is the future. And like when you think about the end, so because something I think is so fascinating, because obviously Notch was the guy who originally put the end in Minecraft, or had the idea at least. It's been a long time since then. But if you think about the initial idea and how much it fits into like, you know, the world of philosophy, so something about human culture that's interesting to observe is our obsession with like endings, right? Like everything has to have an ending. Even Minecraft, the infinite game that you can play forever, technically speaking, has an ending. I've now spent $10 just to get Toycat Senpai to notice me. Also, what's the end stone for? Are you implying there has to be a reason for the end stone, Blondie? No, honestly, I used a lot of end stone to build my my end stone road. Do you know my 1,000 block or my 7,000 block stream? It was like 8 hours in the end, wasn't it? That was a very long stream. I was up to like 4 a.m. But I used up my end stone supplies, so I need to get some back. But like we're obsessed with like endings to things, right? Like everything has a beginning, and we know that. But we feel weird when something doesn't have an end. Also, hi Toycat, I just became a member, but you missed it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. I apologize very dearly, Elena Summers. But this is the first stream I've caught live. I really enjoy your video. Sorry about the technical problems. I hope you enjoy watching. I really do. It means a lot to me. Also, do spoilers bother you? I've met people who get angry at them and can't relate. So as someone who's on the internet, I hate spoilers, but I will never talk about what I don't want spoilers for, because that's a guaranteed way to get... Like, someone said something about the, was it Infinity War? Like, Infinity War spoilers were a fun thing online, and I was like, you know, I just won't say anything. And then, like, 2 days before I watched it, someone's like, something, 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 Tony Stark. And I was like, I want to unthink this, but now I can't. It's a whole problem. Also, taxation is fifth, except for this one, says Varden. Thank you so much, Varden. I hope you're doing all great. Is the title a threat, says Mr. King Bullflies too. The title is a threat. You ever consider...
I started watching your Ed Road stream today. Halfway through it. Had to pause to see you live. Love your streams.
It's funny that live and live are spelt the same, so there's no real way of knowing which one's which. Also, Kim, my fishbowl is all good here. It's gonna be good. I don't have a fishbowl today. What I have is some ACV water. You know that awful vinegar drink I tried before? I've got some more. As you can see, it's Sicilian lemon and apple vinegar. Millions of live cultures. Because what I want is a living, breathing drink. It's gonna be great. Hot take, the end is limbo. Yeah, I'd say it's much like, if you're going for like a religious parallel where the Nether is hell, I'd say you could definitely make the argument that the end is limbo. That one, it's pronounced a dupes. Water in a can. I like telling people fake spoilers. Yeah, I do that all the time too. Your drink's invisible. Yeah, I definitely have a problem with... Oh, also, I've been sitting off to the side for quite a while here. Hello, everyone. This is where I'm meant to be. Yeah, basically, read and lead and read and lead. Hope you are having a great day, says Angerbomb. I hope so, too. I hope so, too. But, yeah, basically, Abigail Palmer, Toy Cat kills Tumbledore. I've always thought the idea of, endings is kind of a weird one that's stuck into us as humans. Also, no spam my paying of Toy Cat taxes. I have noticed you RTP's videos. You have been noticed. You feel good about that? I totally agree, Tebe. But, so we're already obsessed with, like, this idea of, like, things ending, right? And it's weird because I used to think, like, yeah, because, like, when something has an ending, it's so much better than when it's, like, you know, like, there's the famous, oh, Jesus, Jesus! Did not like that. That wasn't great. Should we just, like, mine a little? You know what? We'll just walk out there. Your opinion on feminists, says Terran Freeman. This is something that can only get you in hot water, right, Mr. Terran? I feel like the world is divided into people who are like, who are so behind something that there can be no criticism of it, and people who don't like one thing about something, and so all of it is bad. Like, I'd say that's like, I'd say that's literally how you can define opinions online. Because the most incendiary opinions are those that are like, yeah, I don't like this one detail that very few people like, and therefore it's very bad. And on the other side, you have people who are like, oh yeah, well, I like it, even in spite of that one detail. And in fact, that flaw isn't even a flaw. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'd say that also applies to feminism. There you go. There's my hot take. What did I say? What is my opinion? Yeah, I dodged it. How you like that? Maybe I post about how I hate it online. Maybe I am the biggest feminist. You don't know for sure. And I think it's pretty better that way. Did you get your boiler fixed then, says Tootcat? I didn't. My boiler isn't fixed, and my house is very cold right now. But it works, just not correctly. So that's something. That's something. Also, I know the joke Shrek with the gurney 10 times fast. I'm about to start my first TNT super printer in Minecraft. Wish me luck. Good luck, Mr. Ian Bulls. But yeah. So like, I was thinking about the idea that we need to have an end to things, and I think that it's one of those concepts that we must have put into media, because everyone wants to be okay with their own death, right? Like humans are like any story, any character in a you know, a storybook or whatever. We're like, oh yeah, every single human eventually expires, you know? we hit the point where we don't be alive anymore. You know, we're currently having a crisis where a slightly higher percentage of people than average are hitting their end, you know, this year. Or in fact, you know, over the last few months alone. Because, you know, and, you know, that's tragic. Like, when you think about, like, all of those people who were there before and now aren't. Also, if you want to be okay with dying, do psychedelics, as Sam Gamble White. It's weird, but I told, like, even though I've never done psychedelics as best I can think, I do totally agree that, like, everyone who's done them seems to just be more calm of the world. And just be like, yeah, guess so. I almost feel like it's like a form of torture. Like, I really do think that on some level, a lot of, like, crazy drugs are, like, a form of self-torture that you go through. And then you come out on the other side, like, everything's not as bad by comparison to the torture, right? I hate when the story ends. When I finished the Harry Potter books, I was sad there weren't more books. Right, like, I almost feel like the ending allows for the creator of something to say when it's done and when you have to stop reading their stuff. But if there were 100 Harry Potter books, most people would say that they stopped getting good at 7 or 10 or 12. We are hitting it. We are hitting our expiration date one day, says BW. That's the beautiful thing, isn't it? We've all got an expiration date. We don't know when it is. We're all gonna hit it one day. Yeah, Harry Potter already went on too long, says John Spetnaz. See what I mean? So some people said they wanted more books. This John Spetnaz guy here, hello, by the way. Good to see you, John Spetnaz. And he reckons that, you know what? They were too long. Should have been fewer books. I think they definitely made the movies go on too long. That third movie, already the 7th movie out of the 8th was just so unnecessary. It was just, we'd like some money, and they got their permission. Also, Jamie Seguenes, thank you. I hope my day is going well. How about yours? This is hey, you've used my name as a warp seed during the April Fool snapshot. Cheers, says Paul Novacek. See, that's awesome, Paul. I like that. That's a wholesome message. You know, many people are out there like, you know what? How can I trick someone into doing something? And then there's a few people who are just like, awesome. Here's my thanks. You know what? If more people were nice like that, the world would be a nicer place overall, wouldn't it be? So yeah, we're gonna just replace this beacon. We'll like later on get around to dealing with that. It'll be fine. It'll be great. But like some people wish that the Harry Potter books went on longer. Some people wish shorter. But like if you wish the Harry Potter books were shorter, you already have exactly what you want, right? Because you can just not like if you want Harry Potter to be a trilogy, you know, you want it to stop after the. Because like book 4 onwards are way longer. You can stop watching. You can just stop watching, stop reading, stop whatever. And as far as you're concerned, it is over. Like, you know, and what's a famous example of this? Like, The Simpsons is a show that's been going for 30 seasons. And everyone stopped watching at some point. I watched an episode last night. It was very weird and surreal. Everyone stopped watching at some point, even though the show's still there. But it's like, clearly 1 million+ people every single week enjoy it. Who are you to say that they can't enjoy it because you've stopped as well? Like, I've always found it so weird that everyone's like, shows need to end before they get banned. It's like, you know what? Maybe a show should drag on till the end of time. And then you know, it can stop running whenever it stops making sense to them, whatever financial level or whatever, right? Also, why do you need torches in the end? They stop Enderman spawning. And, like, Endermen spawn everywhere, especially when you light up your entire end. It's just a key fact you gotta know. Futurama, on the other hand, ended too early, says Elijah. Right, like, the world is littered with series that ended too early because they thought, we need to end it before we run out. Do you like DC or Marvel? Also, I'm new to the channel, watching your videos since quarantine. Don't have normally time to watch much, says Anthony F. According to the stats, over the last, like, 3 weeks or so, a lot of people have been in some form of quarantine, self-isolation, or even if, like, you're in, like, college or school, that's been going out. But, like, we've seen, like, we've seen a big increase in views over the, like, the videos from the last. It's been fascinating to see. What's the best part of your week so far? Toy Cat Tax. Sorry, broke the like button. Sorry. Also, sorry, Brendan Hampton. Sorry that you're leaving away. Also, I don't know about the DC Marvel thing. Also, I won't forget you. Also, the best part of my week so far. I feel like I'm really bad at, like, responding to people. I need to, like, what I need to do is I need to use these as, like, a dedicated pool of, like, Q&A sessions. I recognize these donor sounds. Where are they from? Says Andrew Knight. I got them straight from Streamlabs. They're default. Her other books, Fabulous Boost series, are wicked. See, right, like, I don't intend to read those, but the fact that they're out there is cool. Like, that's why I feel like the best way to do things is, like, have, you know, works that are in the same bubble. Like, even though there's only one episode of the Let's Play every week, there's a lot of videos of mine that are on the Let's Play world, etc. Also, Michael Poole, thank you for the text. Means a lot, friend. Someone said you look like Dwight. Yeah, someone said that to me once and I was really offended the first time. And then later I was just like, you know what? They're not right, but they're not wrong either. You know, they're not wrong. So, yeah, basically, how many people have become a member of the channel, says Karim? Just under 300 now. We are like, we got a lot of new members over this. Like, because one of the interesting things, I wouldn't have expected this. Like, this shows that people are more generous than you might give them credit for. But we've seen roughly a doubling in the number of people who have been watching the channel over the past month or so. And you'd expect that a lot of those people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch some videos here. But a corresponding number of them have chosen to become members in some form or something like that. Which is really handy because like ad rates have been plummeting, so it's nice that people are directly becoming members. In fact, actually, it's been like interrupting videos recently, which is fun. Like, I don't mind, but it's kind of interesting. So, if just under 300 remember, that means I'm a minority, so I have rights, says Sad J-Bomb. Even if, like, 600,000 were a member, you'd still be a minority, right? Because minority is any... Whatever, you know, let's not even bother. But, the idea of, like, everything having to have an end, I think this is, like... This is one of those concepts that must have come from, like, you know, everyone wants there to be a reason behind humans dying. Like, humans die all the time, right? Fun fact. And everyone wants there to be a reason for that, because eventually someone you love will die. What's your opinion on Labour's inside sabotaging their electoral chances because they didn't like Corbyn? Also, best Star Wars movie. And, honestly, the whole, like, internal party drama, it's, like, it's the least of my concerns right now. I literally, like, I heard about it and I was like, I don't know how true this is. I can't imagine that. Like, I don't know. I don't have enough to refute it or dispute it or agree with it. So I was just like, huh, that's a thing. It's that thing about too much information where, like, you know, it's one of those easiest things to throw distrust in your own population. Also, thank you, Michael Poole. But yeah, it's so easy to throw distrust in a population just by, like, throwing loads of facts at them in questionable amounts of truthness. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. I just cut my end in dirt. It took 2 days. It's a fun project. I totally recommend it. You know, honestly, you know my projects, my video series of, like, things you shouldn't attempt in Minecraft survival? It's now a pretty good look at, like, things you can attempt in Minecraft survival if you've got a bunch of time in quarantine anyway. Oh, my controller died. That's going to be a problem. I might die if I'm not fast enough on this one. I'm back. But yeah, so, I feel like the reason we put death in... You know how my batteries just died, right? They just ran out of juice. They're not alive anymore. I feel like we always want there to be some reason behind the ending of things. And so we put this, like, justification that something has to end to be good. Like, something that's ongoing can't be good just yet. And there is a bit of truth to this. Like, if you look at Game of Thrones was loved, but they ended it so badly that now they've retroactively made their good worse. Like, it really is a, his batteries just ended. Thank you for the F in chat to the batteries here. What a perfect time for your batteries to run out. See, right? You know what? Did they really run out, or did I lie to you? Who knows for sure? But the fact is that, like, I think every story we tried to come up with, like, especially long-form stories, or we always try to have in there, like, the idea of a noble death, or the idea of, like, a good death, you know, a death that, like, adds to the world in some way. Because when, you know, like, ending is a good thing. Ending is this great thing that we should all be happy about, really. But in reality, you know, like, because I sometimes try to think, like, actually, you know, I've said there's a whole movement of people who want life to go on forever, basically, right? I mean, this sounds like a thing from, like, a movie villain show. It sounds like this super, like, you know, evil cult that are funding, you know, doing super evil things. But no, there's just, like, a huge amount of people who are like, hey, humans die every day. Why do we accept this? And And it's a pretty compelling argument when you think about it. Like, yeah, actually, why do we just accept that everyone has to die? Like, the concept of dying of old age is just accepted, right? Like, oh yeah, you hit 80 and then you die. And economically speaking, it makes a lot of sense that we should all die at some point. Like, if you don't have the finances set to, like, sustain yourself at that point, then, like, you know what? The net burden on society means that it's easier just to be like, you know what? Let's just kill them. Like, but, like, on a compassionate human level and not on some brutal, hard economic analysis level, it's like, yeah, actually, why is that how that is? Why do we just accept that people be dead? Yeah. I don't want to live forever. That's a nightmare, as says Brandy Russ. But then Cat Gale says that there's no such thing as a good death. See, like opposite opinions. Also, thanks so much, Nerdpunk. What's your opinion on 2B2T? 2B2T. I was thinking, like, is that the drug or the Minecraft server? Because there's like 2B2C, right? Which is, am I thinking of something else now? No, 2BT is the drug, and 2B2T is the Minecraft server. I wonder if there's a link between those names. I want to die, to be honest. Depression's been messing me up for years, and it's the only way out. Life's been going on forever. Would be torture, says Sparky Summers. Yeah, I've had the same, like, impression. Like, when you're, like, having a bad time, and, like, I'm not gonna minimize depression and put it down as a bad time, but I'm saying, like, when things aren't, like, good in life, it makes you question, like, oh, yeah, why, of all the 2CB is the drug, says NVG3V. Oh, my bad. Thank you. See, we got one drug expert here to help me out. But yeah, it's the Minecraft server. I'm not going to give you my opinion on it. Sorry. Like, it's one of those things. There's so much unnecessary drama in that world that's just like, why would I say anything ever? There's a bunch of people who like, bait you into, like, they want you on their server so that they can, like, trash you. There's people who don't want any YouTubers on the servers. Then there's some people who want YouTubers on the servers because it's an opportunity to hate someone. It's just, I don't want to deal with that. It's just not my thing, you know. We're being wrecked by Enderman right now. By the way, Enderman on Java are so much easier than Enderman on Bedrock. I didn't realize till we played in that stream, but, like, it's crazy. But yeah, so the concept of, like, infinite life, right? So this is something a lot of people are, like, questioning, like, how do we get there? There's a lot of, like, billionaires working on startup funds to, you know, try and remove the concept of death. And, like, it seems like a super dark goal. And then it makes sense. And then you think, but no, wait, why would anyone want to live forever? Because even, I've said this before, but, like, when I went through my depressed state, the one thing that kept me going was knowing, you know, I can't kill myself right now without huge repercussions. But you know what I can do? I can, you know, the easiest way to kill yourself is to do nothing and wait 80 years. You know, something will get you. That's the cool thing about life, you know. Also, you shouldn't have kids if you love forever. Living forever sounds incredibly boring, says Lena Khan. Yeah, something like, I do think, like, again, that I personally do think the finality of life gives you more incentive to do things while you can. Whereas if you knew you had 10,000 years, not even an infinite amount of time, if you had 10,000 years, the concept of having to achieve anything in even the next 100 years is way less there, right? It's like, why even, you know, like, I've noticed this about myself with productivity time. If I say I've got a week to get something done, I'll like do some very basic work throughout the week, and most of the work gets done at the end, right? It's the same with game developers. There's like this concept called crunch, and like 90% of the time of the work, or like 80% of the work gets done in like the last 20% of the time. It's this like real weird thing to look at. Live long enough to become a villain or die a hero, says Bolts the Clown. I think that's true too, actually, right? Like, if you die, you become set in stone where you were. Kind of like the, you know, Game of Thrones thing, like when you can like solidify yourself in history. That's why things want to end good. But it's like, why does it need to be that way? Why can't we remember the good parts of people in history without the bad parts that come along with it? Because the reality is, if you look at any famous historic figure, even the best ones you can try and imagine, they've always got like bad things they did after the good thing that they did. Because humans are inherently flawed, you know, we are flawed beings that give us a long enough amount of time, we will make flawed mistakes. We try to pin people up as a, like, this is why every like religious hero has to die at some point. There's no living religion icon of like a perfect person. Because if you looked into the perfect person, the number of things you'd find that were not perfect about them. Like we rely on history wiping out those bad things. Because only certain things make it through. Also, I'm sorry, Miss Potato Pancake Puffins. I don't know how to help you with that one. Nor what that even really means, but good luck with catching them. Without death, you can't appreciate being alive and the time you have. Yin and
Without
yang.
death, you can't appreciate being alive and the time you have. Yin and yang. I've been near death according to doctors, but that really made me appreciate getting to live, not just exist.
Yeah, everyone has this same experience. It's part of like what's the movie Saw, right? Also, you should set up TNT dupers to fly back and forth between stations. Thank you for the suggestion, friend. Thank you for the suggestion. But yeah, it's not my thing though. History is written by the winners. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, only certain parts of history make it through. Because over time, more and more things seep into there. Which makes you question, like, if you could live forever, which I think about this a lot. But, like, if you could live forever, what would memories be like? This is why I feel like this debate we can't have right now, because we've lived in a world where everyone and everything we've ever known does have a limited lifespan. I want to meet someone who's lived for 1,000 years and ask them what they think of immortality. I'm barely alive, just a passenger in a human body. Without death, the legal concept of people being forever in your hearts and legacies living forever is sort of removed from existence. Right, like if you remove the death, you have to love the person rather than the memories of the person. Like you have to be aware of what they will do in response to given situations, as opposed to just taking their action. Like, you know, you love your mother because she raised you, right? Or hopefully in a way that wasn't too abusive. But if you remove that, then all of a sudden you've got to, you know, you've got to like, if you remove that as being if you just take out your childhood memories and you work out like, so why do you love your parents? It's like, well, actually, you know, parents are kind of weird. They're just people you live near. Also, you spotted the hole bolts. We don't talk about the hole in the ground though. Without death, life insurance companies wouldn't exist. If we live forever, we'd all be weighed down by our mistakes. But then we could all have like a much more honest conversation about like, because right now, it's sad to say, this is one of the things I disagree with on quite a few levels. That when you spawn into this world, right? When you become alive. Did you expect me to cats as the Spanish Inquisition? Nice. When you also hello Osk, how's it going, friend? When you become alive, there's like this super unevenness in how you do become alive. But if we all existed for 1,000 years, or 10,000 years, or infinitely, then your spawn conditions wouldn't matter so much as the end game. Like right now, I feel like one of the things we should have society set up to do is like, regardless of your start position, you should have to work for where you are, you know, like there should be opportunity for people to move between, you know, different wealth, different geographic move. Like people should be able to move to, you know, different, like there should be opportunities to move up, opportunities to move down, etc., etc., etc. And we'd be much more obsessed with those things if we could remove the whole like unequal, like if the starting point became less important in life, the ending point would become less important. I feel like if you remove the ending point of life, I'm trying to say, the starting point becomes less important too, because it's the existence that matters. Like, you know, think about the universe. One of the questions we've had forever, but we still know the answer to. Also, show me your toes, no one gets hurt, says blah blah blah, because they're 63 and ripped. Thank you for the confusing threat. I like your use of the Streamlabs instead of the other thing. That means a lot to me. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things, but like the lack of an end makes the lack of a beginning. You know, if something doesn't end or you haven't seen it end, the beginning becomes less important too. And that sounds weird and dumb, but think about the universe. One of the mysteries we still don't know is like, you know, when will the universe end or not? We're still not quite so familiar with that. And as a result, you might say this is dumb, but like, we know life probably started with some big bang. You might argue a god or something put it there, but like the way that life, the world, etc. begun was there was like a moment, right? And before that moment, there was nothing. There was a single point in existence, we think maybe, and yeah, I think I feel like that beginning of the universe doesn't really actually matter. Like I thought about the Big Bang a lot, and it's like, why that big without an ending to like gain from that, the fact that becomes, you know, the start of something becomes infinitely less important. 100 years after something begins is like, oh yeah, that's important. 14.3 billion years or whatever it is after something begins, it's like, well, that is a thing. 100 trillion years after the beginning, you get what I'm saying? Like, the beginning and the end only make sense when with each other. They're like, coming back to Brandy Russ, there's like a yin and yang almost aspect to it. You're weird but cool, says PixelX. Thank you very much. I hope that you are weird and cool sometimes too. You know, I'm sure you are. You seem like a weird, cool dude, friend. But, yeah, everything is okay in the end. If you have a bad moment, it's not the end. I agree, Harley Jackson. But, yeah, like, right, like, I wish we had a person who'd been alive for 1,000 years. Because in stories, they're always, like, written as these, which have been on, oh, I don't know that, Chantal. I'm pretty sure the universe is ever expanding, at least for now. Yeah, as best we understand it, the universe will expand forever. There's a lot of, like, problems that creates if it does expand forever. But, like, they're worse than the problems if the universe contracts again. Because we used to think the Big Crunch was a thing. I read science books that were written in, like, the 70s. Because I just read books when I was younger. And I was like, this Big Crunch sure does sound crazy. I'm glad that we later decided that wasn't true. But, yeah, I'd love to speak to someone who'd been alive for 1,000 years. Like, I'd love to know what life becomes like. Oh, like, because even after 100 years, I'd love to speak to someone who's 100 years old. I just feel like, you know, you don't assume their brain's all there, right? I want to see someone who's, like, mentally congruent and speak to them after 100 years of life and see how that goes. I've never seen someone playing Minecraft talking about death in such a philosophical way while mining endstone. I mean, we might as well do something here, right? We might as well do something. And if that means discussion of death, why not? Also, piglins are in fact capitalist pigs, Blaze Warrior. I'm glad you enjoyed my joke. I make dumb jokes sometimes. I'm like, hey, and that's one of those where I was like, I'm pleased with that. I wish people I love stuff greatly, which I think changed me to be empathetic. Yeah, I definitely think empathy and I think those things develop from suffering. I think it's like a part of balance. There's a lot of things that are balanced in the world, and sadly some of that balance comes from suffering and death. Like, without suffering and death, we wouldn't have. Also, man, seeing that glass like render in and out, such a weird thing. I was so bummed. Can I just talk about something? The Render Dragon RTX came out this week, right? Also, Sarah Burke, thank you. My beautifully existential stream. You've inspired me to read from my theoretical physics textbook. Hey, there we go. See, and now you're going to be a more informed person in the world. Theoretical physics sounds fun. Wait, did she make a joke? Theoretical physics textbook. Wait, so you could be making a joke like, that's your theoretical physics textbook? Like, this is, I have a theoretical physics textbook too, if you know what I mean. Emilis says, then I missed it. I need to get better at reading. I'm going to put those on for slightly longer. I got paid.
Just got paid lol, and I wonder where all my checks go.
Thank you, Cheyenne Jones. I hope you're doing great. I love your profile picture. Is it the pedo bear? MLS, finally catching a stream from you. Get yourself half a Tesco meal deal. I am sad that, like, right now the lack of meal deals, because I'm trying not to go outside just for a meal deal. I miss meal deals a lot. I'm gonna have to get me like a good Boots meal deal after this. Theoretical physics is a subject. It's tangible, I promise. It's theoretically tangible, Sarah Burke. It's theoretically. No, I'm not. I hope the theoretical physics is fun. No, I hope it's theoretically fun. My great-grandfather was...
My great-grandfather was 107 when he died in 2009, and he was amazed by any new technology and always sounded weirdly proud about how the world had changed.
I think after 100, like... So that's got to be like, what, 1902 to like 2009? Did I work that out? What if we were immortal and not invincible and vice versa, says Dave McDogson. If we were immortal without being invincible, then basically it just means we would live slightly longer. Like, assuming you mean we can't die naturally of like internal stuff, like no diseases, but you can still die of external causes. Because I love people always have this thing of like, oh yeah, like you can still die, but you don't naturally die. It's like, we don't naturally die. It's just we get weaker and weaker, and something eventually gets us, right? But yeah, as far as being invincible but not immortal, that's, I think like Captain Jack from a certain thing becomes like that. Basically, like I think that sounds like hell. Because everyone's here's saying like, oh yeah, living forever would be the real hell. No, the real hell would be living forever without your body also following suit. Right? You get what I'm saying? If your body didn't live forever but you did, your mind did somewhere. That is I've always thought one of like you know how everyone always has like theories like, oh yeah, this is what you should do if I'm ever on life support. My version of that, what you should do if I'm on life support, almost just walked off that. My version is like, leave me for like 5 years and then pull me off unless there's a really high chance I recover. You don't become the face of Bo, got it. Yeah, right, the face of Bo might have been a person at some point, and that person, all of those person's actions, like that person's first time they got bullied in school, or that person's first time they committed a murder, or that person's, you know, like all the important firsts in a person's life, you know? All of those firsts were like wiped out because the most important thing about him is that he's 7 billion years old or whatever. I forget how old he is. It's been a long time since I watched like old school Doctor Who. But you know, there's this super old dude. And the more you live, the more like parts of your life become inconsequential. If I die at 24 right now, I swear the face of Bo wasn't human. I think he was a human at one point, right? Maybe it's just a living being. You know, I don't understand it entirely. Casual first murder. We all do it somewhere, right? I mean, it's one of those experiences. But yeah, the idea of like living that long and having your, because again, if I die at 24, every single one of the things I did between, like my 14-year-old self and me aren't as wildly disconnected as 14-year-old me and 84-year-old me. Imagine how little you have in common with 14-year-old you at 84. Imagine right now, you at age 80, and how different you're going to be. Picture any 80-year-old and picture any 20-year-old. It's implied Captain Jack becomes the face of Bo. Oh yeah, I've heard that was a thing. Oh, what's that? Is Captain Jack a human? Is the face of Bo a human? There we go. We're not going to talk Doctor Who too much. I'm British. I don't want to talk about British things. Do that with your American friends, people on the internet. Do you think cryogenics is a feasible possibility we'll see in a lifetime? Right now, it might be. Also, the face of Bo was an attractive young man at one point and was around during the London Blitz. So, Captain Jack is what you're saying. Or are you doing that in a non-spoiler way? I don't know. What I think about cryogenics, I'll suggest them
Hey Toy Cat, do you have a plan to let us know if something happens to you?
I made a plan a really long time ago, like in 2015 or 2013 maybe. It's on the second channel. It's called like How Would You Know If I Died? But the short answer is nowadays no. Like I basically came to the conclusion that all of the security I have to have on my stuff is very, anytime I write it down for anyone else to know, would be compromising it in its own little way. So the moment I die, I think like all of my accounts become inaccessible. I don't want to, don't get me wrong, I don't have great security. I've just got like a few layers. I'm pretty sure most of my accounts are inaccessible, and I don't think anyone in my life cares about like my YouTube and my Twitter enough to go and inform people I'm dead. I would like them to, but I don't think they will. I should put that in my will actually. I wrote a will recently. But recently, let me talk about this, because just this past you know, after I had the boiler thing, I was like, you know, there's like a 0.1% chance I die in my sleep. So just in case, I took all my videos that were on this, like, I took all my videos that are like halfway through being worked on, and I scheduled them for like a year from now. So if I die, like if I stop releasing videos for a year, and then release a video that doesn't address where I've been gone for a year, and then stop releasing videos, that's how you know I'm dead. Because I'm gonna have like, it's called a dead man switch. Oh, I love these concepts. Like, some people use them for like trains. Some people use them, like, basically when you're using something like heavy, dead man switches are like a real mechanical thing. But I'm using a dead man switch for my YouTube. So every single year, I'll like move those videos, or like every single few months, those videos will change, but they'll always be quite far forwards. And what's in your will, says Ruben von Stratton. They have to make, there has to be a really weird statue of me made somewhere in real life. I think that's like half of, like I want all my assets to be liquidated. Like no one gets anything. It all turns, everything I own gets sold and turned into a giant pool of money. Because I don't care about things. I care about like, you know, I don't care about the things that I own. There's no value in them. The value is the value they create, the money, etc. You know, I've said before, I'm quite a money-focused person. I'm sorry. You know, I'm basically a money whore. That's why I'm speaking to you all right now. All employed to get your money right here. But, no, basically, I've set it up so that if there's like a year gap, then you know I'm dead. So everyone right now, keep that in mind. I would really like for, if I do die, make jokes about it. Have fun, etc. But I don't think there's any way that you would know. Because just, it's a whole thing that won't be there. I told my mum you're going to fill out our 5 wishes for Christmas. That we're going to fish. Oh, I don't know how I read that as you. I was like, you know what are 5 wishes? I want to do that. What Toy Cat's a capitalist? Says Jar Jar File. Yeah, I am a filthy capitalist. I am a capitalist pig. I am just a piglin floating in the breeze, I am. Low Andrew died, what a loser. Yeah, I definitely have considered, like, as I get like, because right now my odds of dying are still quite low every year, like 2 or 3 or 4%, like, maybe more than average, because I'm in a lot of, like, exotic situations. But I'd say my odds of death are still, like, low single-digit percentages every year. So I'm not really, like, hugely concerned about dying. But I think I'd love to see, I don't know, like, I've considered, like, my legacy after I die. And I think my YouTube is one of the things I want to, like, the people who enjoy the videos every day are, like, one of the groups I care about most. Toy Cat, the only YouTuber sponsored by capitalism. See, if I was really sponsored by capitalism, we wouldn't call it the Toy Cat tax. That's all I'm saying. Ruins my thing. Toy Cat doesn't understand percentages, says Maxine Finfoxen. You know what? I don't. No, but yeah, I have it set when I'm dying. Like, half of my money gets made into a statue. And then there's, like, really specific amounts for everyone else. Because even though I value money a lot, I feel like there are people in my life who I don't want to have money. And also I've said it, okay, wait, this is a really dumb thing. I've got it set up in my will that, like, if I'm, like, with a girlfriend for at least, like, 3 or 5 years or something, they will get some of the money. But only if it doesn't look like it's suspicious. If it's suspicious, they get nothing till the investigation's finished. Which I don't know if that's how it normally works, but I put it on there. How dangerous would traveling have been if you'd willingly stop? What's the most dangerous country you've been to? I've definitely been to countries where, like, there are common, like, in the Dominican, like, it was, like, some absurd stat about how many guns were held by, like, street criminals who are, like, willing to take your stuff. And since, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how I would react to someone pulling a gun on me yet, so I might not react well. Because I always want to do the movie thing where I, like, get it, but I don't think I'm actually strong enough to do that, so I'll have to work that out later. But, yeah, I've got a, don't say that, says Andrew M. But, yeah, I just, you know, I just have to have a thing on there, like, hey, anyone who's in my, also, I think there's a thing, like, if anyone who's in my will is, like, suspected of it, we'll just, like, take that, chill for a bit. Gotta be cautious. This seems like the prologue to a horror film. Okay, let's just kill you, friend. A real commitment's what I'm thinking of. You know the game, and we're gonna play it. Says Tutor Cat. Are you doing the Rickroll lyrics? I might not react well to something again on me. Yeah, like, there is an objectively correct reaction. It technically depends on the situation. But the easiest correct reaction is to do nothing, right? No, wait, not to do nothing. To do what they want you to do. But I've also considered, like, is that what I want to do? Or is it not? And the answer is I'm not really too sure. Okay, let's go over to here. Also, I'm going to be immortal in your heart, says Kulet. And then Ranjan says, but our heart's not immortal, so he's not mortal either. Yeah, I've also considered this, right? Like, one of the cool things about making all these videos is when I die, my thoughts will be out here for longer than me. I don't know how YouTube will... I don't know what will last longer, me or YouTube. But there's a very high chance it'll be YouTube. If this video that right now of me talking about my own death will last longer than my life. And that trips me a little bit to hear. Like, if you record this right now, and then you put that somewhere, and then, statistically speaking, one of the two of us dies first. If it's you, you don't know about it. But statistically, you know, like, any time where you're alive, you'll see me. And it's like, huh, yeah, that's a thing. Just stand there like a dummy and not listen to instructions. Best way to not get shot. Is that actually true? I feel like it could be, right? Like, because people who pull a gun on you don't want to shoot you. But if you just stand there and go, okay, cannot understand, they might just be like, ugh, you know, I don't want to commit a murder today. I'm on a strict no murder diet. And then they might leave you alone. I'm not saying they would. I'm saying they might. I'm going to open my drink, by the way. So this is my ACV water. What even is this? I don't know. It's an expensive vinegar drink. It literally is vinegar. Just to show you right here. It's Sicilian lemon and apple cider vinegar. Who thinks that lemon and apple vinegar is a good combination? Your boy Toy Cat, that's who. Oh, it's so tasty. Oh, it tastes so good. I just can't believe it. If they wanted to shoot you, they wouldn't tell you. Yeah, people use guns as like a threat. No one goes, give me the money or I'll shoot you, because they want to shoot you. They want the money, and the threat is there because you don't know their incentives enough. Oh, this is tasty stuff. Oh, it's so good. Everyone should spend £2 on this. Put potato water in it. I think that's the only way I can make this drink worse. Ooh, that is bad. That is real bad. I live in a bad part of San Francisco, so carry a wad of small bits to hand over if I get mugged instead of my actual wallet. Oh yeah, for the longest time, I had a fake wallet. No, wait. I considered a fake. I had a fake phone for a bit. As like a, give this to someone if they mug me. But I just realized, like, it's never going to come up. I've never even been like... No one wants to talk to me. Have you seen me? No one wants to have a conversation with me. Also, Toket, what kind of phone do you have? I have a S20 Ultra. I like it a lot, person. Oh, it's so... Oh, you can see the chat. Wait. Look, you can see yourself, chat, in the back of my phone. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I'm a big phone guy. Like, I like Yeti phones. I mean, they've been pretty much nothing for the last few years. But, like, I theoretically find phones to be fascinating. This is so good. It generally tastes like, wow, I can donate in any currency. Anyway, it's okay, tax. Thank you, Alex, for the £2.29. I wonder what currency you tipped in. Because I think it converts the pounds for it shows them on screen anyway. You look quite pale, pal. Are you healthy? To me, pale is healthy. Like, I don't want to be offensive here. But, this is definitely going to sound offensive. Like, everyone, like, loads of, like, this is a very white people thing, right? To be obsessed with getting a tan. But I've always thought, like, no, that's not, no, that looks awful. Like, pale people, pale girls, pale whoever else, very attractive. Last Samsung I had was the S7 Edge and the back glass cracked while it was charging. Wait, I've got something, oh, it's not here anymore. I have an S7 Edge with a cracked back too, Amanda Ree. We are basically twins. Also, I'm not a materialistic kind of guy. Says Jack is huge. Yeah, no, I like what it is, right? The only possession. Okay, wait. Let me explain this because that sounds contradictory. And honestly, you can see it's contradictory what you like because I don't care. I'm not a materialistic guy. Besides all the materials that I like, but what it actually is, what I feel like is, my actual opinion, is the stuff that I have on me. So, my phone, my wallet, and my keys. There's like a sentimental value because they're always going to be there. So like, actually even my keys I don't put much effort into. So my phone, my wallet, and I'd say my passport's my third one. Actually, my passport's dreadful too. Honestly, my wallet's already beaten up as well. So like I care about my phone because it's my daily use computer. I like computers because like it's a piece of tech. Every computer I own, I try to make sure is as nice as I can spend money to make it be. But I also thank you for the Canadian cents, friend. But yeah, the truth is that like I think most other things in your life you only buy because you feel you need to. Whereas your phone, actually a lot of people get like that with their phone. In fact, most things that most people buy, you just buy because you feel like someone will, you know, there's like some social pressure on you to do it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to be wrong. But the things I really hate, the reason I'm not a materialist, like, not a big guy, like I don't like buying things because when you buy something, you think that you've just made this permanent improvement. You're a pretty boy, own it. I wish I was a pretty boy, Terran Freeman. I don't think I am a pretty boy, but if you want to call me one, you know, for $2, you can do that because I am in fact a cam boy. Yeah. So good. So good. But, I'm a very material guy. My favorite's a polyester and silk. But no, yeah, like, I really do feel like, most physical things are just, like, more effort than they're worth. Like, okay, here's an example. If you want a sofa, actually a sofa's good, you can sit on it. I like sofas. If you buy, like, a potted plant, there are so many people like, oh, it's aesthetic. The thing only exists. The thing only exists so that you can have a pretty thing that exists. You spend money on it. Money that you could spend on food, a phone, like Minecraft, your favorite camboy, you know, your boy. But no, you spend it on a plant, and now you have this plant that exists. And then eventually you have to get rid of that plant, which doesn't cost you money, admittedly, but it costs you time and it costs you effort. And, you know, like, there's only so much you can dispose of at a time. So you've added this bulk to your life, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that was cool. That's nice. I love that my life is more complicated now than it was before. And all I got was a plant to look at. No, plants are so rewarding. I think a plant's a bad example. How about we think about, like, a lava lamp? Or, like, There's a lot of dumb things, okay? A wardrobe. Okay, when I first moved in, I had a huge fight with my mother. Because she's like, so what, you know, like, are you going to get, like, a small wardrobe or a big wardrobe? And I said, I don't need a wardrobe. She's like, yes, you do. I was like, watch me. And I was like, the idea that you just need to have something because you need to have it, like, I find that dumb. I find that to be bloat. Like, when you don't get something because you want it, but you get it because you feel like you should, that is when you've done something horribly wrong. Also, why do Endermen look at me so frequently? Lava lamps are real nice. But yeah, like, if you know that when you buy something, it's costing you money, and it's this bloat in your life, but you think it's worthwhile to look at. I have a map of the world on my wall that does inspire me every now and then. I'm like, okay, silly to have it here, but it's easy to just burn or like throw in the bin. I'm like ready about how to do it. Also, lol me, my mum's freaking about what I'm gonna take when I move out. All I need is a bed. Right, like I hate the idea that like you've gotta. I hate the idea of needing a bunch of things just to exist. I want my existence to require as little as possible, so that way everything that I do is also wardrobe, clothes. Do you not call it a wardrobe in America or in where you are, Mr. Bolts? Also, Josh Roy, welcome to the Cheap Cat Club. I hope you have a great time in there. Also, new emojis. That's the key thing, really. I don't think you actually need a toaster to Hexatron. So I would argue toaster is like, because toaster makes it's easier than the other food alternatives. Toaster isn't essential, but it does create more ease than it gets rid of. Like, but I want my life to require as few things as possible. In the US we call it a dresser. Ah, my bad. A dresser. But I didn't realize that there was a whole like there was a cultural thing going on there. That's fun, isn't it? Who doesn't love culture? But also thank you to the person called Emerald Gladiator. What do you think of ray tracing for Minecraft? I think it's pretty cool. This is just me being a contrarian again. I don't want to be this way. I want to like RTX, but because they paid a bunch of YouTubers to play it, I don't like that. Especially because they paid Java people to play it, which is the most misleading advertising they could do. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. And basically they gave them early access and they paid them. And it's like, one, I hate when games companies do this. They're like, they try to work out the people who would play it anyway, and they don't let them know there's any paid campaign. And they try to only pay the people who specifically won't do it unless they're paid. It's like, I loved you, RTX. I wish I'd been more indifferent, so you would have given me money though. Like my love was punished by losing thousands of dollars in an Nvidia deal. And it's like, but yeah, and also after this came out, because I thought RTX would be okay. Right now, RTX isn't in the game itself. RTX is only in resource packs. If that doesn't change by the time it comes out for real, and I'm not convinced it will, if that doesn't change, then RTX means nothing, and they haven't actually said anything. But I'm going to protest wasteful spending of money. But yeah, if it doesn't become available in the vanilla game, then it doesn't matter at all. It's so dumb. But that's the thing, we don't know for sure. The thumbnail for that video looks awesome. I wish the end sky actually looked like that, says Pro HD. You could get a texture pack that did that. You get a texture pack that did RTX as well. There's a piece of furniture I call a wardrobe. I don't have one. Those clothes are in a closet. Mostly laundry baskets, says Lisa H. Yeah, exactly. Where I keep my clothes is I have a basket full of laundry. No, I have a basket full of clean clothes, and I take them out and I wear them. And then there's a basket full of dirty clothes. They go in that one, and it's easy. 2 baskets. What's this about hanging up your clothes and looking at them? No, I know my clothes. I know what they'll look like. I can find them. Can you tell that this was in a basket versus in a wardrobe, chat? If you can, I'm embarrassed. You got me. But can you? Can you honestly? Because if you can't, then clearly it was dumb. Like the one exception is like I have a suit jacket that I can't put in a basket, right? It's a whole problem. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm being crazy. My point is that, like, the more things you do in life because you have to, the fewer things you do because you want to. Yeah, you weren't the only one who I saw showed off RTX and then wasn't sponsored. You're the only one who showed off and weren't sponsored. I saw a lot of Java players showing off. Right, I feel like it's such a weird thing to get the Java guys to, whatever. Cowboy. Thank you, Lost Mem. Like, I really do think it's a calculated maneuver on their behalf. Like, oh yeah, there's no way Java people are going to go through the effort of installing the beta. But, so like, I understand like maybe paying them, but then give them early access as well. So, because like obviously being early to something like that is huge versus being late. So not only did I have like 12 hours to make my video versus people having like a week or whatever, but also it still comes out later anyway. It just makes me mad. It just help what's happening to chat, says Alcazol. What is happening to chat? That's a good question. A lot of people showing up, because that's what's happening. If so, that's a good thing, I would say. But yeah, I personally am of the opinion, like, the more things you have in your life by habit and obligation, the less things you have out because you want them there. This is why I'm like not big on the idea of children right now, or a pet or something, because I think responsibility is a good thing to pick up, like, on your own terms. But if you have a child without really knowing it, like if you don't intend to have a child and then you have a child, sorry, any parents in the stream, stop listening right now. Or any kids who are not loved by their parents, also don't listen to this. But the idea of just having a child randomly and being like, oh, now there's a living being that I'm partially responsible for. Also, Mark Gilman, thank you. In response to your question, have you heard of a server called Realmcraft? No. I hate questions like that because, like, if the answer was yes, I could talk about it, but like otherwise it's like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything I can give you. Yeah, basically, there's things you can do that to fix that in most places. I feel terrified for you living in a place where that's not a common thing, right? Like, what do you do if you have a living being that you don't want to be living inside you anymore? You just put it out there in the world and then give it to someone else when it's out there. But yeah, I feel like having a child is like a lot of like it's a big thing that can just People don't act like it's a big deal when it's like, no, now if you actually intend to be a good parent or whatever, then like, in fact, there are two choices you can make. You can be a bad parent, or you can give up a huge portion of your life, a huge portion of your earnings, huge portion. And it's like, man, no, actually, that sounds bad. The reason I don't like the idea of there's a lot of things I won't do. Like some places are like, hey, in fact, there's a Minecraft convention, I won't name it, that will give you return flights to and from it. All you have to do is show up and do some stuff that they want you to do. In fact, actually, can I tell you? Actually, no, I can't be too specific. But I went to an event, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we scheduled you in for these things. One of them is dancing on a stage with children." It's like, why? No, what? No, no! I died. See, we got a new capture card, and I couldn't respond to that correctly. So, oopsie. Thank you for watching. I don't have a backup. So, how many times has this happened now? I blame the children too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Oh, there's a video going live just after this. I have to respawn. So, all that stuff is gone. I don't know how much work we lose as a result of this. I was going to back up for this because I was thinking, like, it's an end stream. But I was like, no, we'll be late. This is why it's worth being late, internet. But yeah, that's a problem. I dead. There goes all the stuff. Ooh. So that's a mess. I don't know how to deal with that or when. I'm playing on my capture card, so I've got like this delay, and then I couldn't deal with that. But where's the guy who said he'd pay you £10? Give him my £10, Red. But I just want to say, meant to say this earlier, but I was driving home. Congrats on all the views recently, as well as the members and stream tips. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, things are going well. I'm really pleased with that. Like, things are going crazy well. Thank you, Commander Y.
Oof.
This is. I don't want to deal with this. There's just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong tonight, and I don't want to think about any of this. I don't wanna. So I'm not gonna. I'm just. All of that stream is gone. There are hours of my life that I have to like put into fixing this. But that's okay. That's okay. Thank you for watching, chat. I bought some olives with me, by the way, because I don't like olives. We'll get those another stream, though. Or I'll just eat them now.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Hopefully this helps in some way. 2 hearts.
Oh. Everything that could have gone wrong literally went wrong tonight. And I don't like that. But what I do feel like is it's better because I'm going to die anyway. So why worry? It all ties in together, really. Oh, I've got a video going... I've got a news video going live. Got a news video going live. As soon as this stream is over, there's a video. Please watch it for as long as you can, because that's what YouTube cares about, watch time. So, you can find it, just refresh your homepage or whatever, and then watch it for as long as you can, because that's the metric YouTube cares about. Or like it, or leave a comment. But yeah, some cool new content coming out as soon as this is over, and I find a thumbnail. So, like 5 minutes from now, new news video. Goodbye.